Yo, what's going on? YouTube, Team Drakgon's back. It's been a long time since me and my brother done a video. I'm happy to be here, happy to be on camera again. I missed it. A lot of crap's been going on, a lot of weather, family, you know, just life.
Florence.
Just life. Yeah, you know, just life. Just life in general.
Yeah.
So, you know, but it's good to be back, you know. Team Drakgon back in the building. You know, gonna make another video, talk to you about our trip to Atlanta.
We went to regionals like we said we were.
Yes, we did. You know, finished out pretty good. You know, had a long ride. You know, rode in a small, nice little compact car with 5 people. You know, it's good times. Good times. You know, riding in the bitch seat. You know, it's good times. Good times.
But we made it. We played our hearts out.
Yes,
we did what we could.
Yes, we did.
And we had a ton of fun. That was the main important thing. We actually made a little montage of while we was there. Nothing major, just try to give you updates on how we was doing in the tournament and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we included like a little tiny clip when we got stuck in traffic for like an hour and some change.
That was also fun. I enjoyed the whole time we were stuck because everybody got out the car and I got to lay in the back seat, stretched out. It's quite nice.
Of course. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it, talk about the event and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Trey, what was your thoughts and opinions about how the event was run and some of the clans you played against?
Well, hold on. First off, before I talk about that, please, if you love Vanguard, please hit that subscribe button for us. You know, we all love Vanguard. We love Vanguard. That's why we, you know, took time out to go to Atlanta. So please hit that subscribe button. You know, tell people about us. We're just trying to get our name out there. You know,
We enjoy doing these videos. Like I said, like Trey said, we love doing these Vanguard profiles, matches, videos, stuff like that, because we genuinely love this game. I've been playing it for like, what, 9 years? You've been playing it like right there with me, close to 10 years now. And we just really enjoy the game. So if you ever seen our videos and you're like, this is fun, please subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Just let us know what you think.
But now let's talk about this tournament.
Day one,
great day. It's like over 400 some people in this tournament.
close to 500.
Yeah,
what was the final number? 475.
Something like that. It was a pretty big number.
A lot more than I thought. Honestly.
Yeah, way more than I thought. It was a very nice building at the Georgia World Congress Center.
Wasn't expecting that. That was very nice.
A lot of virgins out there. You know, a lot of nerds. But you know,
we love y'all. We love y'all.
Yeah.
Just a friendly picking.
But it's still a good time. You
yes.
know, as expected. Saw just about every single clan out there. Saw a lot. Me personally, I didn't play against any OTT. I don't know how, because I mean I walked around and that was like all I saw was OTT, Kagero, and Aquaforce. I did play Aquaforce. I played them tremendously. And he still managed to whoop my butt somehow or another. I don't know how, but you know, it happens. It's just the luck of the draw sometimes. I just needed one card. The heart of the cards wasn't on me, even though that's from Yu-Gi-Oh, but you know. And played a Kagero player. He was pretty good. I kicked his butt. You know, it came down to like triggers basically.
So what were you running?
Me personally, I play DP. I play Dimension Police. They're like my new favorite clan right about now. I really enjoy them right now.
Pretty broken, guys. They were very good. They turned out to be a little bit better than I thought after I read some of their skills. And I saw Trey play his deck, and I saw a couple other guys who was actually running DP at the tournament, how they were playing. If I'm not mistaken, for a standard, didn't DP win it?
Dimension Police won the whole thing.
So that tells you a lot, you know. It coming out a couple of weeks before regionals and a top like that. So, you know, if you think you're really considering picking up Dimension Police, it's a very fun deck. It's a very good deck, and I hope you enjoy playing it because it's really fun. Like I saw Trey playing during the regionals, and he was having a blast. His opponents won't really having a blast, but you know, it is what it is. As long as, you know, at the end of the day they both was having fun, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, when you swing for, you know, over 45,000 with a critical, and then, you know, either they choose to guard or let me hit, and then turn around, you drive check, and then you flip over another grade 3 that says when your Vanguard has 45,000 more, you get to ride this car to stand, you get a gift marker, and all your front row gets plus 10,000. I mean, I don't think that sounds like a lot of fun. So,
I mean, ain't much they can do at that point. They just
exactly. I mean, it's just one counter blast, and your whole front row gets plus 10. You get another gift marker. Oh my god, it's fun. It's good times.
Very good. It was very good. I saw him do it consistently, and every time he kept doing it, you know, I would see his opponent's face go, and I'll be behind him going, oh god. It was an ugly play, but it was beautiful at the same time. So who's your first matchup?
My first matchup, I want to say it was. I don't really remember who my first matchup was. I don't.
We was having a ton of fun. Like it was.
I know I lost to Aquaforce. I want to say I lost to Kagero, and I can't remember the third clan I lost to. Cause I finished 4-3. We both finished.
Yeah, we finished 4-3. So there was no possibility of us making top 16. But at the same time, we wanted to go to the top. But at the same time, we just there to have fun as well. Because we rarely go out to big tournaments like that. And this was our first time going out as a team and actually just going together. True. You know, that was pretty awesome. And like I said, we saw a ton of good players out there. I wasn't expecting that. Like I said, I usually think I'm pretty good or pretty okay. I was hanging in with the best of them. Trey was hanging in with the best of them, and they kept edging us out little by little. But like I said, you know, that's that little luck factor. So, Trey, out of all the matches you did in day one, what was probably your favorite match or your toughest match that you had?
Toughest match was probably Aquaforce because it was the one. I mean, I played it very well. I attacked their rear guards very heavily because, you know,
they gotta have their rear guards.
They gotta have their rear guards, and it was just, I don't know. So it came down to basically like he just had either just enough guard or I just couldn't pull that one combo I needed to finish him off because I had him down to like 4 to 5 damage, and somehow he just
came back.
Just kept living.
Yeah.
And then he
just won't die.
He just wouldn't go down. Like, down goes Frazier. No.
Got right back up.
He was not going down. So, I mean, that was probably my toughest and most favorite match. No, it was probably my toughest, but my favorite match was the match I played against Kagero. Cause that match was really intense. Like I could feel the intensity between me and him both. It was just basically like we're both sitting there doing like shuffling, that nervous shuffle with our hands.
That eye contact.
Just like both, I could just probably hear his heart beating. He could hear my heart beating. It was just, dude, it was just an intense match.
Yeah, I saw that one. I was actually behind y'all. I think I had won my match, and I think I won my match early, and I came and watched them play. And you can literally, not trying to be all cliche, you could have cut the tension in the air with like a butter knife. Like it was that intense. You could feel both of these guys really playing their hearts out. It was intense.
It was pretty intense. Like when I say it was intense, it was like I come at him with ultimate Dayusha, and then he come right back with a waterfall, like retire my units, and then I come right back and call the other Dayusha and hit him with like 40 something with a crit, and then he come right back with another waterfall. I'm just like, oh my god, like it was just a straight Vanguard brawl. It was the most intense match of the day, probably worthy of recording if we could have recorded it.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and apologize. We was all busy playing our matches, and we really didn't have an extra person that like just to go walk around and record.
Yeah.
And plus, we was really having fun. We was like really into these matches. Like I said, we really wanted to do well. We did fairly well in our opinion, but we really couldn't get like full content like we wanted. But
yeah.
But you know, we did a little bit of this, and we're gonna show you with the montage.
What about you? What was your toughest, matchups and your favorite match?
Well, for day one standard, I was running Kagero. I borrowed Trey's deck because my shadows aren't quite out yet, so I didn't really build the standard deck. I will give props to this man right here. He knows how to build a freaking Kagero deck. Like, oh my god, like he can attest to how I was wrecking some of these guys. So
yeah, it was pretty brutal. I mean, it was like they give him a good blow. I mean, they'll take him down to like 3-4 cards in his hand, and all of a sudden he'll draw, and he's like, all right, boom, I'm gonna retire this. Boom, I call this. Retire this. Boom, I call this. Retire this. I'm like, okay, well, there goes like half of his field. And I'm like, oh, swing for like 18. They're like, swing for like 26. I'm like, Jesus, like.
I'm a very aggro player. Like, anybody knows, in regionals is your like one chance to like, if you're like a very passive player and you're local and you do well, all well and good. But in regionals, for example, for us, Atlanta, that was our chance to go like full aggro and just try to pretty much put our opponents in the dirt. Like, we don't try to be rude, disrespectful with it, but the thing is, we're trying to do the best we can for us, and hopefully for you guys to see how well we did as well. So for me, that was my chance to go like full aggro, and like I had won like 3 matches in a row before I even took another loss. That's how serious and aggro I was. So like I said, I was playing Kagero, you know, Overlord / Waterfall, and Cruel Dragon. You know, sometimes it's good to have that extra grade 3, just to call out when you retire something. I did that consistently, and it won't pretty for them. Like, them being at a grade 1, I was at a grade 2, and then I had a Cruel Dragon as my rear guard, popping them, you know, attacking with a grade 3. They're looking like, I think I want to keep my hand. So I mean, that's just an extra damage. Call it back to hand. Soul charge 1, and I have soul fodder for the next part. But I was running Kagero. My very first match, I did lose because it was a mirror match. I was playing another Kagero player, and I started with a bad hand, so to speak. I didn't quite open it up like as good as I wanted. I opened it up with Cruel Dragon. I mean, it is what it is, but you know, he was doing this thing. I did early pressure as best as I could. He put me at 1 damage. I had him at 3. Ironically, one of the other guys that came with us was walking by. He saw the field. He went, whoa, like I was putting the pressure on. So he put me at 2. I put him at 4 and 5. Like, I was really trying to dig in there because I knew I had a bad hand. I knew Waterfall was coming sooner or later. And we was doing shenanigans. He did his big play. I tried to do whatever I could with Cruel Dragon. Then in the end, he got it. You know, he waterfalled me twice. So it wasn't much I can do. So I lost that one out. I was like slightly upset. I lost my first match, but you know what? At that point, I knew I had to go straight from the top there. So my second match, OTTs. It was annoying, but I managed to open up with a good hand. I had Waterfall to start with. I didn't have Overlord. I started with Waterfall. Then, you know, I rolled Waterfall. He was okay for that turn because, you know, you need another grade 3 under Waterfall Soul Blast to do his no Sentinel skill. But, you know, luckily I had another Waterfall in hand, so when I rolled again, I started going in on him. So basically, for the next 3 turns, I Waterfalled him 3 times. And he was okay on the first Waterfall. When I rolled the second Waterfall, he was nervous. You know, at that point, I was applying so much pressure. I was retiring all of his unit. Oh, and another thing what hurt him the most is I put all of his Promise Daughters into the damage zone. Yeah. So I don't know how it happened, but he was like gone from the get-go. Like he wasn't gonna stop me from doing my shenanigans with all Promise Daughters in the damage zone. So with the second Waterfall, that hurt him real bad. And finally, when that third one, I rolled that third Waterfall and I attacked him, I got me game. And like I said, he's already swinging you with a crit. You came perfect guard, and I drove check another critical, so it was game over for that. The third matchup was actually Aqua Force. I'm not gonna talk too much about this one because I felt like she was still a new player. So I really don't want to take too much credit for it, but I still won. I mean, it is what it is. You know, she was doing her thing, trying to do her thing with what she could, and had to teach her a quick lesson, so to speak. You know, I won that one. I'm not gonna say flawlessly, but you know, I still did what I needed to do.
He kicked butt and asked questions later.
Yeah, I won, and it was pretty bad. So my fourth matchup, if I'm not mistaken, was actually Grand Blue.
Oh, Grand Blue was tough. I played a Grand Blue clan too. I forgot about that.
I played Grand Blue, and
that's enough. Wait a minute, I lost to them too. Wait, I don't know. I know I lost to Spikes. That was the other clan I lost to that I remember. I hate to cut you off, but I think
you're fine. Oh, the more you give, more information you tell these guys, so they can try to visualize what we went through. The weekend.
I think the reason why I didn't remember Spikes because there weren't a whole lot of them out there. So
they really won't.
It's like the clans that you don't expect are the clans that actually do pretty decently, or will be the ones that'll knock you out.
Yeah.
So just remember that.
I played Grand Blue. He did okay. He was doing bastard skill, undead dragon skill, and
okay.
I don't know how I pulled it off, but I won that one. And actually, I'll go ahead and say that was one of my toughest matches right there. I was playing Kagero, he was playing Grand Blue. That was my toughest match, and ironically, that's going to relate into day 2 as well. But we're gonna talk about that in a few minutes. And can't quite remember because I know I played OTT at least 2 more times, and I played Royal Paladins. That's the match I did not like at all. They tried to soul saver me, and they thought they had it for the win. Perfect guard. That was actually the second match I lost because I opened up with another bad hand. I had to go into Cruel Dragon, and it was bad. It was bad. And you know, I tried to do best as I could. You know, I did my plays as much as I could. I put them up to 4. I was at 2. Then he pretty much destroyed me from that turn on. He pretty much destroyed me. For the majority of the match. Then it was bad. I can't remember the other matchups I had, but like Trey said, we both ended up 4-3, and we had fun. I was putting guys into the dirt. He was putting guys into the dirt. So it was nasty.
Good times.
Yeah, it was good. I had fun. A lot of good players. A lot of strong players.
Yeah.
That's why we go out to these events, so we can actually face somebody different and new. And we succeeded. There was a lot of good players. We met a lot of new people, a lot of good people and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What you want to say about the vendors that was there?
It's nothing good. So the vendors are vendors. They're not there to haggle. They didn't bring any really good commons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to an event that's like that had almost 500 people there, you would think you would want to make the most amount of money as possible.
Bring a lot of variety.
Yeah,
you know, for everybody to see. But
everybody, I mean, yes, a standard tournament. I mean, granted, you know, I don't know all the hassles of being a shop owner per se,
or just a vendor period.
Yeah, just a vendor period, because I mean, I'm sure there's a lot that goes into it, having to travel with all that stuff and set up all that stuff, and trying to keep an inventory of it, and then having all them people looking at all your stuff and make sure nothing's stolen. I understand, but at the same time,
give us what we want.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, bring some comments. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like first come, first serve. So I mean, they were pretty good. It was just
they had some decent stuff. Yeah, they did.
It could have been done a lot better. I would say that. So
maybe because they won't really. Maybe this is just my thought. Maybe they just because they won't really grant it much space.
That's true. That yeah.
Because there was like in the far corners of each event, and they really didn't have like much tables to like really probably set up properly.
Yeah.
And that's probably why they didn't bring variety. I don't know. I'm just saying, or maybe they were just being douchebags. They didn't want to bring anything at all. So I mean, I don't know. It's 50-50. We don't know. I mean, we're not vendors. We don't know what's the rules and regulation on how to go about that.
Yeah, they definitely. It depends on the vendor. They don't like to haggle. I'm a big fan of haggling. I mean, it's pieces of paper at the end of the day. I mean, they're expensive.
Little cardboards.
Yeah, they're a little bit expensive.
Like the number Phantom Blaster Dragons.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wasn't going for that type of number. I was only trying to spend like $28 for some card. Well, he charged me $28, and I was like, I mean, I'll give you 25 cash, and he's like $28. I'm like, I'll give you 25 cash. Come on, look out, give me a good deal. $28. I'm like, you know.
I mean, they made a ton of money that day.
Exactly.
You know, close to 500 players. They had.
Exactly.
They and from what we saw, they sold out a lot of their products. They did take like deck boxes, sleeves. Other games actually took like White Swords and was it Dragonborn,
Buddy Fight.
Like they got rid of all that.
Yeah.
They picked up a ton of stuff too.
Exactly.
Sleeves, mats, everything that they wanted to take from their store, they got rid of.
Yep.
So.
I don't know.
Yeah. We saw a bunch of teams there too, like the ones we see on YouTube. We saw Team Sora. That was pretty cool. I actually see some of their stuff every now and then. Team Absolution Vanguard, we saw them. Team Pro Players, I think what was the name. If I got the name wrong, I'm sorry. It's just we saw quite a few teams, and it was pretty exciting. You know how we see these guys on YouTube. Next, you know, boom, you're at an event with them. So it's pretty neat. So hopefully next time we go to an event we'll get recognized like that.
Hopefully so. So all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button.
Turn on notification every time we put something up. You'll get it.
Exactly. If you didn't hear me the first time or the second time, hit the subscribe button.
Please.
Please.
So, day 2?
Day 2.
This is about to be good.
So what had happened was, for day 2,
we cannot confirm or deny any of the actions that we're about to speak about.
I didn't participate in day 2. You know, I had
too much fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. You know, at day 1, you know, it was a lot of fun. A lot of
I'll take over from here. A
lot of alcohol that, you know, I don't really remember, but you know, good times.
Yeah,
good times.
So I played day 2, and I caught people off guard because a lot of people don't play this deck right now because they don't have their triggers. They don't have the new criticals, new draws, new stands, pretty much new triggers. I was playing Gear Chronicles, so that deck. I created it. I built it to be very, very, very aggressive. Like to get possibly, if I get my proper setup, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 5 attacks. And like I said, I went 3-0 for the first part of the event, undefeated, because I was catching people off guard, but they won't quite expecting for me to play Gear Chronicles. I did see a lot of OTT Gize.
Yeah.
That was pretty much like very topping. Saw Link Jokers a lot.
Saw Link Jokers?
Yeah, Link Jokers. Like Glendios. Glendios. Auto win Glendios. I'll tell you about that matchup in a minute. I got a controversial win. Like it was very, very iffy. In fact, let's go ahead and start off with that. What'd you think about the judges, the staffs?
Me personally, I didn't have any issues with them. If it came down to something I didn't really know, I didn't really want to argue, and I can say I didn't care enough, but you know, I just took the other person's side over, you know, calling the judge over, because sometimes the judge can favor in their favor more if you don't necessarily know all the rules or concepts. Just, you know, to me, it kind of sounds like sometimes judges will
just make a call and get done with.
Yeah, like if you explain yourself to the judge, like you know what you're talking about, they're probably gonna take your favor over the other person. Just so you know.
So, I thought, on the contrary of what people say, and what I've been reading online, I thought the event and the judges were pretty outstanding. These guys, to be running a almost near 500 player event, they were doing their absolute best on keeping everything in order. So, me personally, props to the staff and the judges. They did their job. They did what they're supposed to do, and I give them thumbs up, and I'll give them a round of applause for that. They did really good, despite what you read online. They're saying that the event was run poorly. No, I can attest to it. Trey can attest to it. They did a very, very good job of running the event. So maybe feel very good about participating in the event. So they did pretty good.
Oh yeah. Also, just prepare yourself just in case there is a lot of people in the tournament. It was single elimination.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at it in hindsight, because we probably started playing
like an hour and a half later.
Yeah, like that wasn't 10, 11-ish. We didn't finish playing till like at least 6.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a long day. I don't necessarily like single elimination per se, because I mean,
you want to battle it out. Two out of 3.
Because Vanguard, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Vanguard to death, but when you get either grade stuck and your hand is just bad, it's not fun at all.
No,
it's not a fun game to play. It'll make, or you get crit sacked, or you get either crit sacked or Miracle Hill losses. I think is probably the worst
ones. They hurt the most, because you put them at 6.
Yes.
So therefore, for a fact you won that split second, and for them to turn that card face up and it's a heal.
Yes.
It burns into your soul and mind.
Yes. Miracle Healing is.
It's salty. It's salty.
It's the saltiest thing in Vanguard. I heard a lot of people either quit Vanguard for that reason or don't want to play Vanguard for that reason.
And you actually saw a lot of 6 damage heal at the event.
To be honest, I want to say
that's how most of them top. Really?
Yeah. The only reason why I want to say Dimension Police won was because the person they were also playing OTT. The person Miracle healed
and beat OTT afterwards.
So I mean, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
But it's
kind of, I'm not gonna say it's rare, but it happens. And it's I'm gonna say it's an ugly thing, but it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're having a good intense match, and you're low key and down in your soul, you don't want it to end, but you do, because you're like, okay, I'm having a great match, I'm about to win this great match, and they miracle heal on you, now you're like, oh crap.
Yep.
So we did see that a lot. But back to my day 2, since I was the only one that participated. But like I said, I was running Gear Chronicles. Hey, they was putting in work until like halfway through the tournament. Then the magic went away for some odd reason.
Nobody likes extra turns.
Yeah, I was running Heritage, and the way I had the G zone set up, by turn 3, I could pretty much Chronovisor, Heritage anybody, and like I said, that deck is very aggro. So by turn 2 or 3, 2 or 3 when you're able to stride. So in essence, it'd be 1, 2, 3, about 6. Turn 6. So we're gonna say it's about turn 6. Your hand will be diminished if you're not running like draw power, or you don't have like draw engine in your deck. I will like destroy your hand, and therefore you dealing with Chronovisor, Heritage, and you barely escape the first turn, then I get another turn. Most of my opponents died that way, and my deck is like crit heavy, so to speak. So it was nasty. But the only disadvantage I had is because I'm still running the old triggers. I'm not running the 10K power boost triggers, or the 15K defense triggers, or the 20K defense triggers. I mean, I was still running the older triggers, and I still did pretty good. So my first matchup, let's see if I remember correctly. I want to say it was Aquaforce. That was my first matchup.
They're so aggro.
It was very aggressive. That matchup for day 2, that was my most memorable match, because I actually became very good buddies with the gentleman afterwards. Shout out Dustin if you're looking at this video. We both was going at it. You know, he would do his shenanigans, I would try to do shenanigans, and it went to the time limit, and it almost went to sudden death when I got it within the time limit. Like, it was that much intensity in that. It was very good. All right, here comes the controversial match I was talking about. My second match was against Grand Blue. I'm not gonna be proud about this one, but it happened, so we're gonna talk about this one. We was playing, and it went to time. As most Vanguard player veterans know, after 3 turns, it goes to sudden death. You know, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3. You know, if nobody wins it in those turns, they go to sudden death. Sudden death is the first player to take a damage loses, and the other person wins. Well, at first, if I'm not mistaken, they had said you for the 3 turns, you get 10 minutes. What we didn't quite understand was they were saying that within 10 minutes you had to play all 3 turns. We didn't quite understand that. So the gentleman I was playing against who had Grand Blue, you know, we was still doing our turn. I think I burned up most of the 10 minutes because I did Heritage. You know, then it was his turn. He was about to start doing all of his plays. I know for a fact that he was about to win because my hand was diminished and I was trying to go all out during my turn. Out the blue, one of the judges sat beside us and said, since my opponent had 4 damage and I had 3, they gave me the win. Wow. Yeah. That's probably the only negative I have about that the whole tournament. It was pretty messed up. We wasn't expecting that. We was expecting, you know, 3 turns. After 3 turns, nobody wins. Sudden death. That's what we was expecting. But that came out the blue. We tried to confirm it with the head judge. You know, try to give it a fair play, so to speak. You know, kind of give him a chance. You know, try to do his play. And they awarded me the win. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to take it like that because, you know, I love Vanguard. I want to play for every win. I want to earn it. And they gave it to me. And the first loss was against a Kagera player. And she was nasty with it. I thought I was an aggressive player. No.
Was it Overlord Destiny?
Yes, the Purge.
The Purge?
Yes. Then my second loss was against Glendios. I knew what Glendios did, so I was pushing as hard as I could. I managed to get him up to 4 damage, and I was still at 2. So,
like, was it Glendios G's or?
No, it was Glendios with, you know, if your whole field is Omega Lock, then my turn, beginning of my turn, if I'm 5 damage and your whole field's Omega Lock, I win. Glendios. Glendios Loop, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Omega Loop. Glendios.
Yeah, Omega. Yeah, there you go. He's Link Joe player. I don't. So yeah, that's how he won it. If
he Omega locked you?
He Omega locked me.
No, you didn't tell me that.
I didn't tell anybody that.
You got Omega locked.
See, the thing is,
that's awesome.
It's funny because, like, I have experience playing against Link Jokers.
Oh.
So I wasn't really attacking with a full field, like, at all. So I was just mainly Vanguard, Stride, whatever, and defend. I had a ton of cards in my hand, like I was defending.
That's crazy.
But
you got Omega lock.
Yeah, it's funny because this is how it went. You know, I'm striding, do whatever my turn. His turn, I'm at 2 damage. He didn't put hardly any damage.
Why was he not attacking?
Huh? He was attacking my rear guards. Oh. Like, I played with like very few to little rear guards.
Okay.
So I had like probably the Vanguard and 1 more rear guard just to apply a little extra pressure. He would keep attacking the rear guard to get cards.
So he can Omega lock you.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And he put himself at 5 damage. He did all of the shenanigans, and for some odd reason, fate wanted him to win. He had like just about all reversed units in his hands. So he called him out to the field, and you know, if you don't know what that does is, his skill is for every reversed unit you have in the field, you pick the top card from your deck, put it face down on the field, and they're Omega locked. Omega locked is your card is face down for 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
If you can somehow survive 2 turns of not having any rear guards, you're a boss. But he did it. I pretty much lost at 2 damage. Yeah.
That's rough.
He auto won. I was at 2. He won at 5.
That's rough.
That close.
That's rough.
That close.
That's rough.
That close.
But you still got Omega lock.
He Omega locked me.
That's awesome.
I'll give it to him. That gentleman, he played a very good match. I thought I was controlling it, but proved me wrong. He got it good on him, and I couldn't do anything else. That was it. So my 3rd loss, and that was my last loss. I want to say it was against.
I thought you played Geese.
Geese. That was the final loss.
I can't remember. Was it OTT Geese?
It was OTT Geese.
Yeah, that just does not.
And they made it worse because they incorporated the new triggers.
Oh my god, that does not sound good at all.
It wasn't.
Doesn't sound fun.
No.
Doesn't sound. Cause it's already a protect clan for one.
Mm-hmm. So, and he was running strides and protect markers.
Of course.
So it was bound to happen.
So that's even more gay.
It was. So he had like 20 cards in hand,
of
plus like 3 protect markers, plus I don't know how many other perfect guards in his hands.
That's such a bitch ass deck. It was just a bitch ass deck earlier before all this before standard. It was just a bitch deck because you just sit there and just don't play Vanguard, and then you wait for that one moment
to just spam the field.
Yes, it's annoying. Mm-hmm. It's not how to play a Vanguard. I hate Geese. He needs to die and go to hell.
But for the most part, you know, before he tried to Geese, I had him on the ropes. I was putting hella pressure. I had good setup from the start. You know, I put a bunch of cards in my bind zone. I kept calling them out. I kept doing a bunch of combos. Like I was getting in there. Like I was pounding. Then every time he drove check or trigger, Z-Dragon, bind zone. Z-Dragon, bind zone. Then the turn where he finally had all 5, he pulled it off. He geezed it. So
that's a rough day.
Yeah. And I almost miracle healed on that match. Almost. Because with the way I run Gear Chronicles, I put back a lot of my triggers. I have the ability to keep putting back my triggers. So I was putting back crits. I was putting back heals. Crits, heals. So it didn't happen. To take 5 damage at the beginning of a turn, when I was like at 1 or 2, it's annoying.
That's so stupid.
But that was my only 3 losses.
I hate that deck so much.
Yeah. I pretty much finished that 2 and 3 because after that I dropped. Like, you know, there was no point to keep playing because I couldn't advance the top 8. It was only like 245 players for day 2. So
that's not bad.
It wasn't for standard. I mean, for premium, it wasn't bad.
That's not bad at all.
It was a pretty good turnout. I was expecting less than that, honestly, but I guess with the new triggers, everybody wants to play. Yeah. But I finished 2 and 3. I dropped. Pretty much looked for the guys and pretty much came home at that long trip home. And in the montage that we made for you guys, y'all gonna see like a little tiny clip on how we were stuck in traffic and how we were just sitting there. You can see from like traffic from like end to end. So it's like Trey said, he had fun. He finally managed to lay down completely in the car. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much my review on how regionals in Georgia went, in Atlanta, Georgia.
It's pretty awesome.
It was fun.
Good times.
I had a salty moment. I wasn't expecting OTT Gize, but then again, it was topping for a while.
They need to ban Gize. They really need to ban that card. It's not fun.
But we had fun, guys. You know, we kept our word. Yeah, we had fun. We had fun. We had fun.
Especially day one, after all the shenanigans, after the tournament. Oh boy, it was awesome.
Just hanging out in the city. You know, it's a very nice city just to hang around, go around, look around, and stuff like that.
Yes.
What? You didn't go to the aquarium?
No, I didn't. But I got to ride around on this app, on this little scooters called Birds.
Those are very fun. Check them out if you're ever in Atlanta, Georgia.
Those are awesome little scooters, like just motorized scooters, not motorized, electronic scooters.
I was gonna get one, but it was under maintenance.
Man, that thing awesome. It makes walking so much easier.
Makes it easy to get around town. It's very easy. We had a ton of fun, guys. It was fun. We enjoyed ourselves. We kept our promise. We did go out to Georgia and to play their regionals. We got cool deck boxes, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, I was lucky enough to get 3 packs of sleeves from day 1 and day 2. Day 1 had in my goodie bag. I had 2 packs of sleeves. And then the second day I had another one in that. So it was fun, guys. Like I said, we went, you know, to have fun, but we also did it for you guys because we kept saying that we was gonna go, so we did. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my review. The tournament was ran accordingly, properly. Judges was good. Vendors, you know, they're vendors. They're there to make money. The players, all the ones that I dealt with were awesome, pretty good. Everybody was pretty much trying to be fair, so I enjoyed myself. That's really all I have to say for this video. Trey, you want to add anything?
No, it was just lots and lots and lots of fun.
Yeah, and like I said, this is my second time going in 3 years. I couldn't go to one last year because, you know, I was busy with work. He managed to go. I'm pretty sure he had fun with that one too. But like I said, this is the first time that we both managed to go at the same time and to go as a team. So we represented it as best as we could.
I'm 2 for 2 for Atlanta and 2 for 2 in the extracurricular activities, such that involves alcohol and blacking out.
We're not gonna talk about that. Moving on. But it was fun, guys. It was fun. We enjoyed ourselves. So, Trey, you want to say anything before we leave this end this video?
One last time, I gotta drill it in there. Please subscribe to our channel, Team Drakgon. You know, we're gonna be here for a while, at least until, you know, other plans happen. You know, you never know what the future holds.
Yep.
But please hit that subscribe button. You know, get the name out there, get the team out there, and hope to see you guys next time on the next video.
Trey, Jose, and we're out. This shit is legit, dude.
I'm there, some empty things.
So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and try to give you an update. I don't know if y'all can hear me because all the noise is going around. So far, this is the second round. I just won my match. I'm 1-1. The first match was a mirror match. I was playing Kagero, and didn't have a good opening hand, not quite as much as I wanted it. And I did it as best as I could. I had a ride in the Cruel Dragon. I did early pressure as best as I could. I was at 1 damage. I put him to 3. Then when he gave me another damage, I put him to 4, then 5. So I did best I could, and he waterfalled me twice in a row. I managed to survive that first one, but I couldn't survive that second one. He got it, so it is what it is. Trey, he's around. I'm gonna have him kind of give you an update on how he did. But I think he's 1-1 as well. Just waiting for the next pairings to go up, and we're gonna see how that goes. And my second match was against OTT, and luckily my opening hand was pretty awesome. I had everything I needed, but I opened up with a waterfall, so I know it quite don't do anything by itself. But luckily, I had a second waterfall in hand. So early on, he couldn't use sentinels and guards, things of that nature. So we'll see where it goes from here. And pretty sure Trey's around. Let me see what he's saying now, and I'll have him kind of tell you what briefly has been going on. But yeah, guys, it's definitely crazy. I'm enjoying it myself like crazy. We'll see how it goes. Stay tuned.
Going on YouTube, it's your boy Mills. I'm here in Atlanta. I'm 1-1. Second round. First round was tough. Came down to a crit trigger. Second round, I just had to put him in the dirt, man. I had to just go for the gusto and just get the job done. So 1-1. I played Tachikaze. He just couldn't keep up. I just applied that pressure. I'm playing Dimension Police, by the way. You know, if it comes down to triggers, it just comes down to triggers. You know, it's Vanguard, so. But I had to put him in the dirt for the second round. Wish me luck for round 2. Stay tuned for an update. Well, round 3, excuse me. Sorry, round 3. But so stay tuned, and we'll get back at you.
Guys, tournament's over. I went from 3-1 to 4-3. And that last one is because I got a bye. So Trey, he finished 4-3 as well. Regional's no jokes. There are some strong guys out here that can play their asses off. I ran into some teams out here too. Ran into Team Absolution, a couple other teams. It's real. It's real. You got something you want to say, Trey? You got something you want to say?
Hey.
But we tried our hardest. We did what we could, and fell a little short from our mark. Me personally, I'm heartbroken because I was doing so good. Trey, he was doing so good right with me. Then our magic just kind of slipped. So we're gonna have some more cool footage for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Guys, Jose here from Team Drakgon. Day 2, the premium tournament update. So far, just lost my first match. I'm 2-1. First matchup was Aqua Force. It went down to the limit, so I got it with like the last second. And second match, it was very controversial. Everybody knows that sudden death usually means the next person to take the damage loses. But here, they went us, after the 10 minutes or 3 rounds, 10 minutes. I guess here they did it where they want you to play the 3 rounds in 10 minutes. And after that, they one of the judges came and sat beside us and said, since my opponent had 4 damage and I only had 3, they gave it to me. It's a crappy way to take it because, above everything else, I love the game and I want to play it. I want to earn every win, not be given. So then my third match right now, the one I just lost, was Glendio's. And that's gay. Blocked the whole board, then he Omega locked. Then he puts himself at 5 damage. So, yeah, auto win. Then waiting for the 4th round. We're going to see how that goes. I'm pretty stoked. I'm I'm wrecking these guys for the most part. They're not expecting for me to play this deck. So we're gonna see how it goes. I'm enjoying it. I'm catching people off guard. I'm being very aggro, more than I normally am. So we're gonna see how it goes. And next chance I get, I'll give you more of an update, and we're gonna go from there. So please stay tuned, and let's have fun. All right, guys. The result of day 2. So I lost 2 more matches, so I'm officially 2-3. So at that point, there's no need to even continue going because I can't make top 8 or anything like that. So there was no possibility of me moving on. So I just want to go ahead and drop and start heading to the house. So it is what it is. I mean, slight disappointment because, you know, I wanted to go to the top, just like every other player out here that played and lost and didn't make it. So we'll see. I did okay for the most part. I was playing Gear Chronicles. As you guys know, they don't have new triggers, so I'm still battling with 5K triggers versus 10K. 10K shields versus 15K shields and 20K shields. So, like I said, I'm slightly upset, disappointed, but I had fun. I met a lot of great players, a lot of teams out here. So overall, I had a very pleasant experience. I enjoyed it fully. You know, like I said, you probably can tell that I'm slightly upset and disappointed, but it is what it is. There are some great players here. I got a chance to tangle with some of them. Well, we'll see where we go from here. So now, wait to see. Wait for my Shadow Paladin support to come out, and we'll see what's going to go on from there. So when I upload this video, try to also upload some more thoughts and personal opinions of how the tournament was ran, along with Trey, and we'll go from there. That shit is crazy. As far as the eye can see.
I'm moving one bit, bro.
Huh?
Stop moving one bit.